Hello everyone, I'm Dustin Benzel and welcome to another Pokemon XY anime discussion. We have a lot of goodies information revealed and all sorts of things, so let's go into it. But before I quite get into that, just some other Pokemon anime playlist updates for my channel. There are about 3 videos of Pokemon XY anime discussion. One's going to be part 1 of my Pokemon XY anime reflections of Generation 6 so far. I haven't recorded anything more on that, but I will in the future. But then there are other videos. The other 2 videos are suggestions by a user that comments on my videos. Janitor, there's one going to be Ash versus Alain, as well as the Mega Evolutions in regards to the anime, without revolving around Ash. There is a little bit of Ash Mega Evolution talk, but that's only because it had to be brought up, because I don't think I actually brought it up. But it's mostly the Mega Evolution video is mostly about Mega Evolutions as they pertain to the anime in regards to the other characters or just showing up. With all the new information that came out, I decided that this was going to take precedence. I'm recording this. I'm going to go in there after I record this, edit as much as possible, as quickly as possible, quickly export it. When it exports, handbrake it and start uploading it onto YouTube and publishing it. So hopefully this won't be too off. I know some of this information came yesterday, and maybe some of it came like last night or whatever, but I just wanted to get this as soon as possible. We're not going to talk about very much about the later upcoming episodes. Like, I'm not going to really discuss the Valerie and Shota episodes as much as I discussed. Maybe I'll make a quick video about the gym battle coming up when we get a preview. Just a quick note, apparently Hawlucha is going to be in the gym battle with Fletchender. We don't see it, but the VA list for the gym battle at least shows that Hawlucha is going to be in the gym battle. Well, because it's going to be within the episode, and I don't know why that is the case. I would have thought Frogadier would have made more sense. I have my own thoughts on what's going to happen in regards to Hawlucha, but that's going to have to wait until the preview. So, just wanted to let you know. So, alright, let's just move on to the next thing. So, basically, what we have to talk about is the 2 Noibat related episodes, as well as a 1-hour Pikachu special of some sort involving Ash's Pikachu. So, let's jump right into it. Now, I thought I said something different, and this was going to be an interesting, this was going to have an interesting opening. I was going to be like, remember when I said, and it was going to flash back to my, one of my previous videos of me saying something, and I was going to say, boy, was I wrong. Having rewatched that scene, I guess I wasn't clear as to my intent of what I was referring to, so when you saw it, you could say that I was mostly right in regards to Noibat and it being a baby Pokemon, but I thought I had a different, I thought I talked about in relation to Axew, but maybe that was a different video, so maybe there is a video out there that could be used against me, but anyway, the thing is, looks like Ash is getting another egg Pokemon. It's not going to be anytime soon that Ash is going to get an egg. It's probably going to be within the actual episode. And the title of the episode, if I'm not mistaken, is... Oh, wow. Thought I was a little bit more prepared than this. Okay, never mind. Okay. The Wind, the Egg, and Noibat. That is the Noibat episode that's coming out. Let's see if we can get a quick blurb or summary. Okay. A Noibat hatches from an egg the group picks up. However, it doesn't seem very good at flying. That was the little blurb that came with the title of The Wind, the Egg, and the Noibat. So, apparently, I thought I had said that Noibat was young and baby. Well, I did say that, but I thought I said it wasn't like Scraggy, that it would hatched from a egg. It would already be hatched by the time that Ash meets it. But apparently that's not the case. They're actually watching it, or they're actually watching egg hatch or whatever within the actual episode, and it's going to be within that episode. I don't think the previous episodes, I don't think there's any chance Ash is going to get an egg. If he did, it would be really cool if Alexa were to give Ash the egg, because that would be interesting. That'd be interesting to have Alexa come back and be like, "Hey Ash, I have this egg here, and just wanted you to have it because I've thought of you and you were training and you had a and you wanted to battle, so I thought this would be an interesting choice for you." I thought that was going to be the case, but apparently not. So basically, yeah. But the thing that I did say that I'm definitely wrong in, based on the following episode, is that I don't think Noibat is no longer going to have these issues of being bad at flying being resolved easily within this episode, because it is hatched in this episode. But I don't know how long Noibat's inability to fly is going to last. I don't know if it's going to be resolved in the following episode or resolved within the next few episodes or whatever, but eventually it's going to be the case. So anyway, after that episode, which is this Starly episode, and I think a long time ago, well, not a long time ago, but when we knew about Starly and Noibat and suggestions, I think I mentioned something that Starly would be relating to Noibat, and as it turns out, it really is related to Noibat. The title for the Starly episode is the Pokemon Sky Relay Challenge. Fly, Noibat. Now, this might be the episode where Noibat learns how to fly and overcomes it, and then it has other problems to deal with, and Ash can train it, and we can move on, since we're pretty much at a horrible time for Ash to get an egg Pokemon, of all things. But then the summary for that particular episode is Ash participates in a Pokemon Sky Relay with his Fletchinder, Hawlucha, and Noibat. But will Noibat, who's not all that good at flying, really be able to participate in a festival for flying Pokemon? Which means it will not be resolved in the earlier episode. It seems that the Noibat capture episode, it seems it's just going to be relating more to Ash and Noibat bonding after Noibat is caught, and maybe a little bit helping it in terms of flying, but it's not necessarily going to have anything. It's nothing huge or major is probably going to happen in terms of Noibat flying development or whatever. So maybe this episode will resolve Noibat flying. Maybe it'll learn to fly a lot better, and perhaps then it will have other roles within the anime or whatever. Now, a lot of people within the forums are saying that because Noibat is an egg Pokemon. I mean, if you see my video, you at least know that I at least thought Noibat was a baby Pokemon, but I still thought it was going to evolve. But because it's being hatched within the egg in the episode it's captured, and we're likely going to see an egg glowing and hatching into Noibat, and Ash is going to capture it within that episode, a lot of people in the forums are suggesting that Noibat isn't going to evolve. If Ash had a full team already and he didn't release Goodra, or if he had Florges instead of Goodra, for example, then maybe I could agree that Noibat could remain unevolved. But honestly, for me, it depends entirely on the circumstances. I don't know if it depends on what Ash's last Pokemon is. If it's a Mega Evolution Pokemon that he already has or could have, I don't think it's going to be Gible. I don't think Gible at this point is going to come back and fully evolve into Garchomp just to give Ash a Mega Garchomp. But maybe like Charizard, Sceptile, or maybe even Bulbasaur could fully evolve. Maybe something like that. Or is there any other Pokemon that Ash has the basic stage of? Probably not, but I don't think Ash is going to capture unless it's like a standalone. I don't think if Ash were to get a Mega Evolution Pokemon, I don't think it's going to be something that is going to be caught in its base stage, and then he fully evolves it, and then it can Mega Evolve, but that's not quite what I'm trying to get at. But it depends on Ash's last Pokemon. If Ash were to hypothetically get a Phantup, then I could see Noibat still evolving into Noivern, even if it is a hatched baby Pokemon. If it's something like Honedge, I expect Honedge to fully evolve, and maybe Noibat stays unevolved. I mean, I would have preferred Ash to have fully evolved team, with the exception of like Pikachu and Hawlucha, and no, I think that's pretty much it. But at this particular point, Noibat being a hatched Pokemon, it seems that Noibat has a very long shot at evolving, but I still want Noibat to evolve, because giving Ash an egg Pokemon this late and not having it evolve into Noivern and expecting it to actually contribute in the Pokemon League is going to make me roll my eyes, because I'm thinking Goodra was released for a baby Pokemon, and Ash is supposed to already have had supposed baby Pokemon, so it could actually develop and maybe evolve before the league. But at this particular point, I think Noibat has no choice but to evolve right now in order for it to make any sort of contribution on Ash's team. Otherwise, again, why give Ash this particular Noibat, this particular hatched Noibat? I was fine with an already hatched Noibat and it had trouble flying. Clement or Serena or Bonnie or even an Ash says something to the effect that maybe Noibat's just too young to fly, and and that way we could easily have it evolve by the end or after the 8th gym or whatever, before the league, and then Ash would have Noivern and it would be a battle capable Pokemon. But at this particular point, it just seems a little odd. If Noibat doesn't evolve and Noibat isn't seeming likely to get very much development, I honestly don't expect it to do very well against Olympia if it were to be used. So what would be the point of giving Ash Noibat at this particular point in time if it's not going to have much of a role within Ash's team, I'm not saying that Ash needs to have battle-only Pokemon, but if he's going to go into the league and he's going to battle against strong opponents, his Pokemon need to be at least on par with his opponents, unless, of course, they're all legendary user like Tobias or something. Then it could be a team effort. But if Ash is just going to battle against Shota, and Shota has fully evolved Pokemon, or even Tierno, who pretty much already has fully evolved Pokemon, except I think Wartortle is his only unevolved Pokemon, if I'm not mistaken, that we know of. I think everything else is at least fully evolved as far as we are aware. But to have Noibat being used against Tierno or even Shota at the end of the series, when they're probably going to have strong, fully evolved teams, it's not going to look good. It's not going to look good for Ash, because unfortunately it's a little too late for this to happen. This is happening after the 6th gym. I had no problem with Noibat being a baby Pokemon, but being hatched, we're going to see it hatching, and Ash bonds with it and catches it, and I'm supposed to expect that it's going to be battle ready by the time the league happens. When looking back at Ash's Scraggy, it didn't even do it. Even Fampy got a little bit more. I mean, at least Fampy came out of the egg already capable of battling. Scraggy did not. Scraggy was weak. Its headbutt didn't really do anything except irritate people. Like if someone were to bonk you with their head, that's probably what headbutt felt for the Pokemon. And Leer did absolutely nothing. Some Pokemon would laugh at Scraggy's Leer. And even though Scraggy did develop enough to actually get like Focus Blast and beat a Darumaka, it wasn't as strong as Ash's other Unova Pokemon. Even Ash's unevolved Pokemon like Snivy and Oshawott. Snivy and Oshawott were definitely stronger than Scraggy, and Scraggy was on Ash's team for a long time. It was mostly Ash's 6-slot Pokemon. There was Swadloon and Leavanny and stuff, but most of the time we would see Scraggy instead of Leavanny or Crocodile or Palpitoad or Boldor or all those unevolved versions that Ash had, whatever. It was mostly Scraggy, and Scraggy got a few episodes, but it didn't develop enough. It was mostly, well, I think at the end of the series you could say that it was technically stronger than Axew, which is kind of annoying because Axew is actually older than Scraggy, if technically. Axew was hatched a lot earlier than Scraggy within the series. It took until, what, the 17th episode before Scraggy actually existed. So having Ash with a Noibat that hatched from an egg is very hard for me to swallow if it doesn't evolve in a Noivern. Like I said earlier, it does depend on the last Pokemon, but I think at this particular point, unless Noibat starts learning moves and there's a whole bunch of battle tournaments, I can't imagine the purpose of Noibat's existence. Now, maybe next generation, maybe there will be a split evolution. Maybe Noibat could evolve into something else. So maybe the writers and anime producers were aware of this, that Noibat is going to evolve into a different Pokemon in the next generation that might be coming out. And what they want to do is to give Ash that Pokemon so it could develop, and then it could make more sense for it to evolve into that split evolution. Now, if that's a possibility, then fine, Noibat can be slightly underdeveloped until 7th generation. But until it's absolutely confirmed that Noibat has a 7th generation split evolution, giving Ash a Noibat at this particular point as it is really makes no sense to me. I don't know if they just wanted to give a main character an egg Pokemon for this generation, although I don't know why it couldn't have been like Serena, or even Clement. Well, I don't think Clement's going to capture anything else, possibly, but, you know, Serena. Well, I don't think it would have been Eevee, because that would have been a direct correlation with, whatever, but the point is, don't you think that that Ash should have had Noibat or an egg Pokemon early in the series? I mean, if there had to be an egg Pokemon, it should have happened before. Maybe, well, I don't know what it could have been. Well, see, that's the thing. Ash's Pokemon, none of them being egg Pokemon make any sense except Noibat. I mean, Gumi could have been a hatched Pokemon, but then it wouldn't have been released, so that wouldn't have worked. But the problem is the spacing. Maybe Noibat should have been caught instead of Fletchling, in the sense that that it hatched and Noibat didn't fly very well, and then maybe it would have made more sense, and then maybe Ash could have had, unfortunately, Leo to make up for the fact that it didn't have a fire type. I mean, I don't really think that matters, considering Ash is likely not going to get a grass type, but all of this is really confusing me. It's not really making any sense to me. What are your thoughts on the subject? I'd really like to know. Does it really make any sense Ash is getting an egg Pokemon this late? Anyway, so sorry I talked about mostly the egg Pokemon. So yeah, hopefully the Pokemon Sky Relay Challenge Fly Noibat, as I've said, will possibly be the episode where Noibat learns to fly, so that way Noibat can quickly develop very quickly, because like I said, it's going to be awkward to have Ash have released a Goodra basically for a hatched Pokemon that doesn't develop very much. Phanpy didn't really get very much development, but at least it was battle capable the moment it hatched from its egg. It was able to take out Team Rocket's Pokemon in 2nd generation. Scraggy, it took a while before Scraggy got even basically strong enough, but the only thing it beat in the league, the only battle it was used in the league, was against a Darumaka, and Darumaka is hardly a challenging opponent for Scraggy. I mean, it's not like Darmanitan or whatever with its Zen mode and it's part psychic, and therefore, well, no, never mind. Scraggy's a dark type, so never mind. So, yeah, so it doesn't make any sense to me that with Scraggy being on this show and for a lot longer, it was caught after the 2nd gym. Well, no, it was hatched, caught after the 2nd gym, and it went on throughout the whole entire series. Scraggy was possibly on Ash's team more than any of Ash's other reserves. So yeah, it wasn't in a lot of episodes, but it was in 31 episodes, and that's more than Swaddle, Leavanny, Swadloon, those combination, Scraggy was on Ash's team quite a bit for a reserve Pokemon. But yeah, so not really making any sense. But anyway, let's move away from that. Maybe we'll discuss that later in another episode. Anyway, then we have the Pikachu 1 hour special. Hopefully we'll get some really cool upcoming episodes after the special. But anyway, it's after the Noibat episode. Apparently, I don't know if it's gonna happen around the Meowth episode or it is the Meowth episode. But anyway, on June 18th, this is just the Pokemon TV Tokyo website that says it. So sorry if it sounds a little awkward saying that, but on June 18th, we will show a 1 hour special double feature. It's called the Pokemon XY Pikachu the Movie 1 hour special. This special will have a mass outbreak of Pikachu, and not only that, it will have the TV debut of the cosplay Pikachu, which debuted in the video games Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, released last year. The Pikachu dressed up in these various costumes are sure to be a hit in the anime as well. So here's a bit of exclusive information to those of you reading this. Pikachu becomes a star, its movie debut. How to Pikachu the Movie, Alright Action. The Thunderclap Hero, Super Pikachu, Pikachu's Thrilling Failure Award. An old man that loves Pikachu chooses Ash's Pikachu to star in the movie he's producing, but during the shooting there's a massive outbreak of Pikachu. In the end, Pikachu's movie for Pikachu by Pikachu is complete, or so you think, but there's not enough people on the production staff, so they can't finish the story. But then Ash rises to the task. In addition, we'll also give you the ultra rare news on this year's movie, Pokemon the Movie XY, the Archdini of Rings, Hoopa. Make absolutely sure not to miss this June 18th special. So, okay, maybe it's not upcoming episodes, but maybe it's just about whatever. So, within the pictures, which I'm going to show you, for this Pikachu short, there's one Pikachu with the wrestling Pikachu or whatever that can learn Flying Press, or can be learned to have Flying Press within the anime, and it's with a bunch of I guess well, I don't know what you want to call it, but they're like masked. I don't know if it's appropriate for a show like Pokemon based on what I think those are, but well, never mind, maybe not. But anyway, so that's one of the pictures. Then the other picture is, I'm assuming Ash's Pikachu with a female Pikachu. It's a female because it's heart-shaped, but it's a whole bunch of Pikachu there. And so yeah, I don't know if I don't know if this is going to be like where Pikachu forgets, I don't know, like Quick Attack or Thunderbolt, or well, not Thunderbolt, but either Quick Attack or Iron Tail, and it learns Flying Press, and Ash's Pikachu has Flying Press because, like I said, there is that Pikachu with the wrestler Pikachu, and Pikachu with Flying Press would be pretty interesting. Still wouldn't be able to attack ghost types, but it would at least be super effective against rocks and rock types and steel type. Well, no, it wouldn't be super effective, but it would at least do damage to them, neutral damage. And then the other one, it's pretty interesting that there's a female Pikachu. I know it's a Pikachu and they all look identical, but I'm not kidding. This female Pikachu looks identical to Ash's Pikachu. Granted, that's the case within the Pokemon anime. Same species of Pokemon are going to look exactly the same. But it's just funny that the only difference between the two is basically the Pikachu tail. Now, hopefully this is one of the rare instances where there will be different VAs for the Pikachu, and the dub will allow it. Because for some reason, in the dub version of Pokemon anime, they're kind of lazy, and they only associate one species of Pokemon having the same voice actor. Sheer laziness. You could have a Pokemon that appears randomly in an episode, and its voice actor will be the same as the main character. So whatever Noibat sounded in that one episode of Pokemon XY is likely what Ash's Noibat is going to sound like. Or if you've seen Chespin, yeah, Marin's Chespin sounds identical to Clement's Chespin. And that's because, for the most part, the dub is very lazy. They don't realize that the same species of Pokemon being different should have different VAs. A random Palpitoad that appears in a random episode, a cameo shot, should not be the only voice for Palpitoad. If Ash caught a Palpitoad, which he did, it shouldn't have been the same voice as the Palpitoad from before. Just like in other ways. At least the Japanese version, for the most part, different Pokemon of the same species has different VAs. So hopefully this will be one of the instances, because the Japanese VAs are pretty much the peak. They won't have it. They won't like dub it so that IQ Otani or whatever does the voice for all the Pikachu. I don't know why they do that. It'd be needless editing, but whatever. But I'm just annoyed by that more than anything. That in the dub they do not have. I mean, Snivy, Ash's Snivy was different than Trips, but I really think they only did that solely because Ash's Snivy was a female and Trip Snivy was male, so that's why they made that distinction. However, I have a feeling that any other Snivy that would appear in the anime is probably going to sound exactly like Ash's Snivy. Unless, of course, they go back to Trip Snivy. I guess it just depends, or whatever. But there are, I guess, a few instances where the Pokemon have had different VAs than other Pokemon. But for the most part, they're kind of lazy in that regards, and either it'll have its original voice, which is fine, or the one actor will voice the same Pokemon for all of them. And honestly, that makes no sense to me. There has to be differences. I don't want the Cave Noibat having the same voice actor as Ash's Noibat, but it's going to happen anyway. So, I don't think there's anything else to discuss other than I don't know why there is going to be a Pikachu Hour special. Hasn't Pikachu been in enough? I mean, it's great that we're seeing other Pikachu other than Ash's Pikachu, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to like this very much. But at the very least, we get to see this Hawlucha Pikachu in the anime. If the Hawlucha Pikachu that you've already seen by now within my video is not Ash's Pikachu, then I really want to see it using Flying Press. I really do. If it is Ash's Pikachu, then I want Ash's Pikachu to learn Flying Press. But I don't think it's going to be the case. I think that Hawlucha, based on the Pikachu behind the Hawlucha Pikachu. I call it the Hawlucha Pikachu, but I meant the Flying Press Wrestling Pikachu. I think it's going to be a bad guy, and I think Ash's Pikachu is going to be the star. So maybe the cosplay Pikachu is going to be different from Ash's Pikachu. So I think that's what's going to happen. I think most likely the Pikachu that can learn Flying Press is going to be an entirely different Pikachu than Ash's Pikachu, and Ash's Pikachu is going to have a different role within the movie or whatever. But still, it would be so nice to have Ash's Pikachu having Flying Press. I know he has a Hawlucha, and I know Hawlucha has Flying Press, but I just think it would be cool for Ash's Pikachu to learn one of those cosplay moves that Pikachu can't ordinarily use. But whatever. But again, I'm just not really looking forward to this special. If there are any information, new upcoming episodes, maybe I'll watch it. Maybe I'll just watch it if the Pikachu shown does use Flying Press or whatever. But otherwise, I'm not really sure I'm going to watch these episodes because we already get enough of Ash's Pikachu. Even if there are other Pikachu and it's interesting to see other Pikachu, I just don't know how exciting it's going to be just to see Pikachu. I'm looking more forward to the Noibat episodes and whatever follows these Pikachu episodes, but I guess we'll see. I guess I'll judge better when we get a preview, but At the very least, I would like Ash to use his other Pokemon. Thank you for watching. I'm Dustin Benzel, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.